You've got empty one-bedrooms. What's going on?
I'll speak to him.
I've not even had an email back off him. And that was January. You know, I wanted it to take to the councillors. I know that you actually went there as well, but you know, yeah.
So, I mean, just so you know, in general letters, that's for people like yourselves who are not over retirement age. We've got about 1,600 one-bedroom flats, most of which are occupied.
Yeah.
No,
They're not
empty flats, they are.
No one's going to move out.
Probably not. We get about 5 a month at the moment coming empty.
But they're flats.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I have a bit of clarity on that, please?
Yeah, okay.
There are 1,600 one-bedroom apartments in the will, total.
Total, yeah. That's what all homes, yeah.
The maths don't work out. 2,200 people over-occupied.
Oh, yeah, 1,600.
Only
So
about
they all got one-bedroom flats.
Yeah.
That's people who've got occupied 4, 3-bedroom, whatever.
But you've actually said now that people who are only entitled to a one-bed can move into a two-bed. When you consider the actual financial gain of that, it's nothing.
So say that again, I don't quite understand.
John Roach told me that basically you're looking at if people are only really entitled to a one-bedroom, whereas there's only two-bedroom places going, that you will actually let them have the two-bedroom and actually, you know, still pay for the room, if you want to call it that.
But we are not restricting access to properties based on bedroom tax.
Right,
What we're saying is that obviously we're encouraging people to go for an appropriate size property so they don't incur the penalty. But if they choose to go for a two-bedroom property when they really need a one-bedroom property, we can't stop them doing that. We don't want to stop them doing that.
Choosing, mate. People need a roof over their heads.
But they're already housed, these people.
Yeah, but if we're already housed and I've got 2 spare rooms and I'm have to pay £26. Yeah, I can't afford that.
Do you think that the bedroom tax is wrong?
I'm not going to make any political comments.
It's personal comment. Personal comment.
To be fair, that is a problem for everyone in this room, because other housing associations have come out and said, and this both persons have said, that you don't agree with this tax thing. It's unfair.
Well, it should.
But whatever. The point being, we need some people, a spokesperson from your organisation, to say, I disagree with this bedroom tax. It's wrong, and I don't know what power you've got to feed back to people who tell you what to do, but you should at least be saying this is unworkable. We're going to have a lot of problems in the foreseeable future. We've got a possible 2,200 people who may fall into serious arrears, etc., etc., etc. But at the moment, okay, people haven't, because it's only just started. But 6 months down the line, you're going to find that people are not going to be able to pay this. So we need, you need to have a spokesperson come out with a policy, with an agenda, with some sort of strategy to how you're going to deal with it. I mean, because people in this room can't afford to pay it. I mean, I know I keep saying that don't sound like a stuck record. People cannot afford to pay it. They can't. It's choice between food and paying the rent. I know what I choose. But it's not paying the rent.
The council tax has not helped as well.
Well, that's right, yeah, but it's another issue, yeah.
The maximum amount of votes.
The main thing is, you just said you're not willing to comment on that from a personal point of view, professional point of view, but what about the personal point of view? If you were to lose your job in 6 months' time and you were in exactly the same position, would you agree with it then? Would you think it was right then?
I understand it's very, very difficult, and yeah, a lot of people are going to struggle.
Yeah, but
I understand
just
that.
to get on there, would you agree with it?
A crisis can happen to anybody. Why shouldn't it happen to you?
It is very difficult, but you know, we will be reporting to the board to say that we've had this protest and the feelings. We've obviously already been referring to the board the issues about the 2,200. They understand the difficulties we've got in rehousing people, and you know, we will try our best to support people. But at the end of the day, as we've said before, the government have introduced it. DWP will be taking the benefit of people. People will try and pay as much as they can. We will sit down with people and see how much we can get to people.
You either agree with it, so either agree with it, or you don't.
It's just an organisation. You said what is our response. We have recognised, and you said what is our strategy. We have recognised that people are going to be in a lot more strain than they were in March compared to April. We've taken on new members of staff to try and work with people so that they don't get evicted. We're not in the business of trying to kick people out. We want people to stay in their homes. But some of the things to point out, it's not just about one bed. It's not about just about one bed flats. People living in 3-bed and 2-bed houses. Sorry, 3 beds need 2 beds. It's not all about 1 beds. You with me? So if you're overcrowded by 1 bed, underoccupied by 1 bedroom, and you're living in 3 beds, you need a 2-bed. It's not all about 1 bed. We've had a big issue around this in terms of it will take us years and years to sort out the 1 beds, but it's not just about that. So I don't want you to get confused and say it's all about 1 bedrooms. It's not. If people living in 3, also, so it's a bit of it is a merry-go-round because people need to find the right size bedroom, and then they move into the 2-bed, and the kids get a bit older, and then they need 2 bedroom again. So there is a merry-go-round being created by the process. So that confusion is causing big issues.
But what that lady said before was, you're actually going to move somebody out of a 3-bedroom house into the 2-bedroom house because you've got no available 1-bedroom properties just for the sake of getting £12 a week or something.
No, she must have chosen to go for a 2-bed. We don't force anybody to do anything. At the end of the day, if you're one of our tenants, you've got absolutely clear legal rights to stay in the property that you're in. We can't force you to move out of it.
Yeah, but what if they can't afford to pay you this 4-bedroom house?
Well, it's still their choice, and eventually we hit all the issues you've just been talking about. But that's a long way down the road.
Unfortunately, for many people, it is not their choice. It is the fact that they cannot pay it. I'm not on unemployment, but if I was on £71 a week, there's no way I would be able to shell out the money that's being asked.
When asked the question, would you agree with the bedroom tax? You said you wouldn't answer a political question. Can you answer the moral question? You agree with the bedroom tax?
I think at the end of the day, it isn't fair on people. But at the end of the day, no matter what my view is, I know people have said housing associations haven't done enough.
So the bedroom tax is not fair, you're saying?
I think at the end of the day...
That's what you're saying, isn't it? The bedroom tax, you just said the bedroom tax is not fair.
But at the end of the day, Wirral Partnership Homes and all the other housing associations have to comply.
Well, mate, you always got principles for a second, then.
No, well, the problem is that
just give us a straight
it's not one saying we won't apply it. At the end of the day, it applies. If the only way we can change it is by saying, all right, well, I don't know what we do. If somebody's in a 4-bedroom house, we can't, and they only need a 1-bed. I don't think we can ever say, yeah, we'll just redesignate your 4-bedroom house to a 2-1.
Example which you could chosen to be convenient for you. What if, like the overwhelming majority of 1 so-called extra, some are in 2 so-called extra. So say 3 is ridiculous. You